All right. Hello and welcome. This is going to be my second video, jumping into our game as early age Hinnom. Going to turn 11. You can see we sort of struck out here on our magic sites with 3 separate searches covering, what, 8 paths, because these are each 3 and this guy's 2, and we did not find anything. We have a pair of battles, though. So this is against the barbarians. You can see we have plenty of troops. We're certainly going to win. The question is just what are our losses going to look like, and can we snipe these 2 lords in the middle, or chiefs, not lords? And the answer is no. We do not snipe them, but we deal some good damage with our javelins. You know, we get crunched on the line here. Lose a couple more in here, and then the chariots come crashing. I probably could have scripted it better. That's just the chariots crashed in a little bit sooner, but I really wanted to make sure that the light infantry took the brunt of the barbarians instead of the chariots. Each chariot's worth about 3 light infantry. And so we go ahead and we take this win, and we do lose 1 chariot and 2 light infantry. This is about 125 gold. It's hard to have small losses as Hinnom. Your troops are just all really expensive. And then we take another battle. This is against the Deer tribe. Same formation, fewer troops. This one has the Prophet. And this is going to be a pretty classic battle against, the Deer tribe. They just really have nothing to say and get absolutely massacred. So that's nice. We then get 8 gems in the Dawnland. Thank you, luck. And then we have a volcano erupt, which kills 5,000 people, a third of the province, in our largest province besides the capital, which was 18,000, which was this one over here. And technically, this isn't Luckscale's fault because we haven't quite gotten our dominion over here yet. We have the evil monkey dominion, but it still hurts. I think that was it for the events and the searching. We're going to be moving more of our mages. We're going to keep searching. We have a palisade going up. I forgot to mention this in the last video, but we have a palisade going up here. This is going to finish next turn. We're going to put a lab on it. So they're not too far behind there. This order is going to get changed. I changed it after I already saved the turn off, but I am not going to run my Melkort and 6 Rephite warriors into the lizards. I think the chance of them getting sort of maimed or even killed is just a little bit too high. So we're actually going to wait, and we're going to send in this group. He's going to go here. We took this barbarian, and we can see that Lanka has indeed not had a great expansion. I mean, all these provinces are still here. This one looks kind of scary. It looks like a lot of war elephants, but it looks tough for them. But so we're going to go ahead and try and capitalize. We're going to go ahead and take this this lizard province. A little bit smaller, maybe, than this one. I think that ultimately the scouting reports are going to be flipped, and this one will be a little larger, but we're going to go ahead and do that. Research is still nothing. We still just have the one guy because we started making Melkorts, which we need because, so it's turn 11. We're attacking. I've negotiated with Sorrow and Formoria. Formoria's up here and Sorrow's down here. To attack the monkeys with attack orders landing on turn 14. So we don't have a lot of time, and I wanted to get a couple of Melkorts out to lead the Rephite warriors. We're definitely going to need them if the Great White Bull ends up being in these territories and we have to kill it. We did negotiate territories with our allies, so we are taking these 5 and the capital, which is almost suspicious in and of itself. I think that the way it's negotiated, this is the most territories any one person is getting, and I'm getting the capital. I think the justification for this to some degree is that these, the border, like Sorrow already owns all of their border provinces. So like they're going to take all this stuff, right? So they're going to get, they're getting, I think, 5 or 6. So it's a similar number. And then ditto for Moria. They don't own all the border provinces, but I think they have at least these 2. And so they're going to go ahead and, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one obviously is really in contention from, I think one of these is Rillier and one of them is Atlantis. But I would think that Formoria would prefer to have this territory than certainly let the fish have it. So if it works out, it's definitely great for me. What I would love is to have the god be somewhere over here, have someone else fight it. What I would like to avoid is having Kailasa pull 14 turns of recruitment back into the capital and have like a Agrippa style defense that I have to break through. Um, and we definitely do have potentially some issue doing that. I don't have a huge amount of forces. We've got like 40 guys here, I think. Or, 32 guys over here. We're going to have 12 Rephyte Warriors with 2 Melkorts, and then this party is 18 guys. So it could take us a long time to break down the walls. I considered pulling back the Horite Shamans to start reanimating. But the issue is that A, I'm greedy and didn't want to. I wanted to keep site searching. And B, that our undead leadership situation is quite bad. And we don't have Enchantment 2 to get a Mound King to lead them around. So it would be very cumbersome to actually bring them to the front. So we'll see what happens when we start and if we have a big issue with actually sieging down the capital. But for now, we're finishing our fortress. We've got another handful of expansion. Expand here. Not these two are going to remain this turn. We're getting this guy is moving. He's going to get ready to build another fortress or another palisade down here. We're very gold constrained, which is not a surprise. Hinnom is super gold hungry. And as we, sort of move around our various Rephites, we run into unrest. Capital's got a little bit of unrest already, and that's something we're going to have to set up infrastructure for to get our Enkidu slaves to start patrolling it down. But besides that, I think that about covers the turn. We'll go ahead and move into the next turn. I think that was turn 11, so we'll go ahead and look at turn 12. We've got our one battle. This is against the lizards up near Lanka. So here, I think that I wanted these guys. I think this is ultimately not quite scripted properly. I wanted these guys to run forward, and I wanted them to hit. I wanted these guys to be a little bit closer. So you can see I think we're gonna get contact here. I mean, it's close, but you can see, again, these lizards deal a ton of damage, which is why I didn't want to send our Rephyte Warriors into them. They die super fast, and I think we're a little unlucky, actually, that they didn't rout. They fought almost to the last scale, but we also pick up some curses. Some of our units get cursed by this shaman. We get some gnomes. I think they're going to go into blood hunt patrolling. I don't really know what else to do with them. We get some water gems. This is really our only way to get water gems, as we have no easy access to water, and I'm not sure when we might get any access to water outside of lucky independence. And we finished our palisade down here in the Dawnland with the lab. We're gonna go ahead and start recruiting an army, try and get a little bit of research going, and then this is we could only afford one single swordsman. Just because we're recruiting in our capital, and they're just so expensive. We do not start this palisade yet, as we don't have any money, and in this turn I feel that it would be too greedy to get started on that. With this war coming, I wanted to build another round of troops. We also noticed that Machaka has moved 30 units of lion warriors and war elephants up to a border province with us. And to repeat, we do not have a nap with them. They have been radio silent since I sent a communication to them relatively early on after I killed a bunch of their stuff. My bad and all. Mea culpa. I think I got nervous enough. I put this guy on retreat just in case, and moved him to the back just in case they attacked here. I was also worried they might attack this fort. Ultimately, we could defeat this, I think, without too much issue. They are only size, their colossi are size 3. Elephants are easily routed. We would just have to divert our forces down to deal with it, and it would make us a little bit slow to get into the Lanka, or not Lanka or Machaka, the Kailasa Call them the monkeys. The monkey, that doesn't even work because these are also monkeys. The good divine monkeys, not the evil demon monkeys. Um, so it would ultimately slow us down if we have to go and deal with this, though I do think that we could win. So we're sort of on the lookout for this. And then this guy is I'm moving them to try and not give away that we're going to attack. Oh my god. I guess this is the one with war elephants. Last time I think we saw that it said 50 and we saw a bunch of war elephants. I'm not sure if there was a failed expansion here or if the scout report just pretty wildly changed. Um, Hopefully it's a failed expansion because we'd like a nice weak Lanka and we can kill the demon monkeys after killing the regular monkeys. But I moved this force to try and convince Kaelasa that we are not about to attack them, when of course we're going to be attacking them soon. We've got our Prophet and the starter army, which had been supplemented by some chariots, going to take out these lizards. And then I think that's basically where we're at. We're doing. This guy really doesn't have anywhere else he can go. I didn't want to. He can make it to some. He can make it to either of these right now, without sort of revealing himself on the border. So what I'm trying to do is not display my intention to attack to the best of my ability. So he's going to search this, which is only giving us an extra 1 earth path and 1 blood path. But it's something to do. So not entirely wasted. Him sitting here with the Rephite Warriors is also good because this is a weak province. I'm not worried when it gets eaten. It's going to be our Rephite, the designated Rephite parking lot for the rest of this game because this is a 1-turn move for all of my giants. But I think besides that, that's pretty much where we are. I'm not moving any priests onto this. We do start building the giant fortress, but I'm not going to move any priests on here for a while. We have expensive temples, and the only thing the temple is going to allow us to build is Kohen, which are useful, and they're going to be our blood hunter. They're our only non-cap blood hunter, but I don't need them yet. I don't have the other infrastructure support to actually blood hunt at present, so getting them too early is unhelpful. They eat your population. They're not great researchers. So we're just going to wait on those guys until... I mean, yeah, they're a 9 researcher, and the Ami is also a 9 researcher. So, and these guys eat 20 people and cause unrest. So you don't really want them in your lands researching. You want them out doing stuff. But besides that, we're just getting ready for the war. Marverni has been given this province when they eventually they'll take. They signed the NAP 3. They're gonna eventually get here. I'm not sure. It's taken them a very long time, but the price doesn't change. So I'm just getting an extra 100 gold out of it for every turn that they don't get here. So that works for me. We do have some concerns of our Dominion being kind of weak. This one's got 3 candles, but a lot of 1 candles. We have a death site here, which we're looking for. You can see we've got this death too. We're gonna look for that death site. I'm gonna get. This is all these people, and their misfortune needs to get out of my house. I don't think I mentioned it. We did find a lightning ring, which could be very useful as we have multiple air nations nearby. Formoria, obviously our ally for now, but could change later. Lanka can get big air out of their cap-only mages, and this is Helheim, who of course also has plenty of access to air, I think. No idea who some of these others are. I guess we could go ahead and look real quick at the pretenders. We got Archacephaly, Marverni, we know. We got the triple on Sorrow. Machaka, we know. We know this one. That's it's Femoria. We know this one. We know this one. We know this. I guess we know. The only one I miss. I guess it has to be Jabalba, because that's the only one. Or I don't know. Sorry, Arco and Jabalba, the only ones I don't currently know where they're at. I don't know who I'm sort of as with limited experience in the overall game and no experience in the multiplayer game. I don't know exactly who best counters Hinnom, because the computer players, right, in single player don't really counter. They just produce more stuff. So I'm not sure exactly who our biggest fear is. I certainly am not thrilled with the water nations. I don't know that they're going to be able to directly impact me, um, but I have no way to deal with them given our borders. Um, and so I just hope that they don't, start gobbling up all these thrones. This one luckily at least has two. We're going to need our neighbors to be sort of on their game to avoid that outcome. I think it's probably 6 thrones to win. Okay, it's 13 ascension points, so it's actually 7 thrones to win. Um, which is fine. So okay, so that's good. That means that it's not enough for the water nations just to take what's on their coast. They have to take at least one more. There are none randomly in the water. I have not looked at our thrones yet at all, besides just right-clicking on them. So that's going to have to be a bit of a consolidation activity after we finish this war and potentially this war. But let's go ahead and move into the next turn, which is turn 13, but I believe I was so excited for turn 14, I accidentally called it turn 14. This time we get paid out on our magic site searching. So we're going to pick up an enchanted field. This is 1 nature gem. That's our first nature gem. So having any income is pretty nice. We want to be able to cast Haruspex. We want to be able to make Vine Shields, Rings of Regeneration. Mazakim are a little bit farther down in the priority list, but having a bunch of imps around with Bloodlust is very nice. Here we find 3 pearls, which takes us from 1 to 4. So that's tremendous. We obviously have a lot we can do with pearls as we are astral equipped. And then we also find a 2 earth, which is obviously very nice. We're going to need earth for various things. We have some battles. Well, we really only have 1 battle, and then we'll see what the other one is in a second. This is the lizards next to our capital. This is going to unlock the last bit of resources that we can essentially get access to for constructing our Rephite warriors and Melkorts. Same script. There's a nice little bit of curse coming out. And we're going to go ahead and chuck some javelins. And then we're going to slam into them. We actually get relatively lucky here. Because I think some of these guys, I thought got fairly injured. I can't click on him. 24, he's battle fright. Right, everybody stay still for 1 second. Cursed, although he hasn't been hit. This guy's got a chest wound. He's down to 12. So we're kind of beat up. A lot of battle fright. I don't know why. Damn near everyone has battle fright. Luckily, their morale is very good normally. I mean, 17 morale. I think that's because they're getting. They're getting blessed up by Servant of Courage. But so even with the battle fright, they don't rout. But that's definitely something that could be a little bit worried about. We go ahead and run the rest of the lizards off the field. And then we get assassinated, or an attempted assassination here. This is the death site that we were going and searching for and did not find. Luckily for us, we have enchantment 1, so he just goes ahead and makes a skeleton who goes over and gives this skeleton a sturdy whack, and then he makes a Rephite skeleton who is going to go ahead and seal the deal. So we don't lose our guy, which is nice. Get 300 gold and -7 unrest, which is also very nice. But you can see our unrest is still going up. I have to get these guys together, but they're a little gold expensive to start with, right? They're slaves, so their upkeep's really low. But getting a whole bunch of them is expensive, and as you can see, we used up the entire treasury. We used up the vast majority of the treasury, making quite a play. We started another giant palisade, and the question here is this greedy, or is this the most greed? Especially combined with how much site searching we've been doing and how little research we have. I'm very concerned that I have overgreeded and am going to get get punished. Hope I mean this is a 3v1 though, so hopefully any punishment shouldn't be too bad. We are also going to take this turn to start our attacks. So this group right here is headed in. It's got 28 dudes. This is headed in to take this province from the monkeys. They have some Atabi here. And then we've got 12 Rephites and 2 Melkorts headed here. Nobody's casting anything besides Bless, as we have nothing to cast. For these smaller fights, we are sending out this mounted commander with some Blood Slaves who will rendezvous as we get closer. Obviously, revealing that I have Blood 1 is not a big reveal, but this is a new player game. It is very possible that the imps are not thought of, and that when we get into perhaps a storm or facing a larger army, that they're overlooked, and then we can snipe some easy mages. Because I think one of the things that potentially could be problematic, although we do have some MR, is that we could get like mind burned to death, right? If they've got a whole bunch of, what are they, the gurus? Let's see. Yeah, if they've got, I don't think the Yogi can do mind burn, but the gurus can. If they've got a bunch of these gurus, could certainly hurt us. They're only 160 gold, so they certainly could have them. I can't imagine they have a ton of their better mages. But I guess we'll find out. Oh, these are only 2. Do they not have any? They don't have any 4 recruitment point units? Huh. Okay. I did not know that. With that said, I haven't seen any sacreds out of them. Their bless is for the Great White Bull. I know it's nature and earth. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm just not that afraid of most of their units, unless they've got something sort of crazy going on with these sacreds. But I think our biggest issue is just getting mind burned to death. So we're attacking here. We're attacking here. Hopefully we'll win both these. Saramati is attacking these 3, I believe. Fomoria is attacking something up here. Probably these 2. But in any event, once we're here, we'll have 3 squads on these 2. So the question will be, we could split and hit all 3 of these, or we could look to consolidate. It probably depends what kind of information I get out of the allies on what they see, and then obviously what I see. Like our scout is here. There's nothing here right now. We'll probably move him. So we'll see how many more provinces we take. Obviously, it'd be nice to just swallow up all of this over the course of 2 turns and then check the cap. But I also don't want to get defeated in detail. The Trogs live to fight another day. I want to go ahead and move this army to come in and support. I would like to get this guy in for any cap fights so he can cast Divine Blessing. And the Melkorts don't have to, because they'll be hopefully casting Summon Imps in the cap fight. With that sort of said, we do see also that Machaca moved and took another province. Hard to say, scout reports are unreliable. They had 30 here, and now it's 10, so hopefully they took some losses here. And then we see Lanka is finally attacking. Marverni picks up another province. Still haven't taken out these bear tribes. Still haven't taken the province that we gifted them. So that's sort of where we're at. Hopefully the next turn I do should be a live turn. I think that's it. So thanks everyone for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.